We are live. Hello, everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
I don't know how many people we're going to have here tonight. It might just end up being us. Ed and Bob got home from their trip to the lizard thing, and
The
Ed
lizard thing.
take a nap and then come in, but I think he might be sleeping still. Bob got home from their trip to the lizard. Oops, I got to skip. Is that me? That's me. Yep.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Well,
So,
if Ed's missing, I've got proof I
Ed's
dropped him
missing
off.
in action, and Blackie said that he had company, but if they pissed off soon enough, he would be in, which is exactly what he said.
That shouldn't take too long.
And I haven't heard back from Priscilla, so she might still be at work or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't
wish
have any
Priscilla-
idea where Skipper is.
Skipper.
So, Skipper usually comes
Skipper's so unreliable, Pam. See if I can get him to pop in.
If you talk bad about him, he'll come in.
That's what I'm doing. I'm just telling the truth. Just the facts.
So, hello, Mr. Snail and Matt. Hi, Merdul. Hi, Maria. Hi. And Levi. Hi. And Grasshopper. Hello. Kiwi. Hi. So, I'm still working on a little drawing that I'm doing, so I'll work on it and show you guys later. But I'm still waiting to get my black pencils. They're supposed to be here Monday, and I'm really getting down to where I can't hardly use this little tiny stub that I have left.
How are you holding it, Pam? In your teeth?
Yeah.
I guess.
But I do have some more coming, but they're not supposed to be here till Monday, and I'm hoping they aren't going to be late because our weather has been shutting down the freeway.
Yeah.
Yep, Maria, he did, and he's going to show us.
I'm not showing you. Not showing you.
See, this is what I've got left now. But like I say, they're supposed to be here Monday, so the new ones. I ordered 12 more.
That ought to last you a little while. Hey, Levi's. And Levi's, it's not true. Not all the old people watch Matlock. Pam and I know who it is, but we said we hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I've never watched it before, but I know who he is.
Matt. Mike, have you ever watched it? Mark, have you ever watched it? Hey, Mark. And sorry, guys, but Ed wouldn't even let me slow down to grab a dandelion or anything to eat.
So tell everybody where you went.
Oh, we went to Atlanta, Lawrenceville, actually. And it's so huge down there. I mean, I grew up going to Atlanta, to party when I was a teenager and stuff. So that's been a minute. But it's huge, and all the areas around it are just huge. But it was easy to find where we were going to. It was Gwinnett County Fairgrounds and Repticon, that goes around periodically. It's usually like every 3 months in a different city. And they'll be back in Atlanta again in April, I think. But it was only like $15 to go in, but we can go back tomorrow. But who would want to drive 2.5 hours again? Because we saw it all today. But so it was pretty cool. They didn't have any Wi-Fi that was worth a flip. And some of you were in the live stream I tried to do, and finally had to give up on that. And then I couldn't get any Wi-Fi at all in the second building, so started just trying to do a video. And ran out of data, so I gave up. Took a couple pictures and did a small video of some lizards. Ed liked real well. They get 4 feet, so he didn't pick up one. And what I got is I had told Ed on the way that I wasn't looking for anything. What's behind me? The 180? Yeah, that one. Thanks. I picked up some plants. One I really wanted. It should be up there on the aquarium somewhere. It's a ZZ plant. And I've been wanting one of those. And the lady that was at the plant thing at Repticon in Nashville a few months ago when we went over to that one was there. She recognized Ed's red beard. So I got several plants from her. And thank you, Levi. And Ed did pick up something, but I'll let him tell you what he got. I really like it.
Unless he sleeps through the whole stream.
Right? I could call him. He's got his phone set to sound like he didn't tell me at first. I thought people were tooting at me like I had a toot at me sign for $10 or something on my bumper. But it's his phone. It sounds like a horn. So that would wake him up. Mike, that first room we were in. Hey, Nola, that first room we went in, Mike, wasn't very big, but the next one we went into was like 4 times that size. But I've got maybe, I don't know, a couple minutes of video. I haven't even gone back and looked at it, and I'm sure it was buffering and all that, and then it said no more data or whatever. So I think you can kind of see in there. And Ed was starting to do a little video, and I'll let him talk about that. I don't want to steal his thunder, but it's really, really a cool video on the first vendor we came to. Yeah, he held that snake. I forgot about that. Home Improvement. Oh, the comedy show. That is an old show, isn't it? Those kids on there, are Pam's age now. They're close. Remember that show, Pam?
No.
Home Improvement?
Oh, yeah. Barely.
But Maria, he did take it right from the woman. Ed did talk to people heavily and looked at frogs. And we found some frogs that I had never seen before and he had never seen. And he really talked to some of the experts that were there with frogs. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Ed come up with some frogs pretty soon. Pretty soon. But Maria, did you see in the video where I held up the 2 little snakes in the container? The little Solomon Island ground boas. I don't know if there were milk frogs or not. I can't remember. Ed would know if he wakes up. 2 of the angels were cleaning a leaf. Yeah, I held it up and it said $35 each or $50 for 2. Well, I got 2 of them, and the ones I held up I got. And they're newborns just out of the, I don't know if they're eggs or love barrels, but I got 2 of those and talked about the care of them. I also showed one of the parents of them that's really big, and it was $350. Well, they get about 3 feet. They don't get big, but they're hefty. And they're sneaky biters. She said they were kind of like a python that, you can just be holding them, and if you don't watch them, they'll just nip you like a chihuahua will nip you or something like that.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Well, I'm going to raise them up. They're just a day or 2 old, not very old. And she said they're ready to eat. And the thing I like about them is they start out eating little minnows or if they're, in the hobby like this, fish, guppies and little tiny fish. And that's why a lot of people don't keep them. But they're a little more demanding than ball pythons. And that's what I wanted to do, was kind of up my game a little with the snakes. But there's one right after I held them up that she held up, and it's just gorgeous. And she watched it real close. It didn't try to bite her, but she said she didn't know it. It didn't know her. And at that same place, they had a bin of agama lizards. And anyway, I ended up getting, can someone please drop Bob's link? I got a female agama, and they haven't met yet, but he's waiting on me to feed him, but I think he knows she's there. They put her in a bag, one of those bags that, like the drawstring bag that they sometimes ship them in, and then put them in boxes with tissue and stuff. Well, she didn't want to stay in that, so they had to rubber band it. So I'll probably cut the rubber band and just let her go on in the enclosure. She's not quite, well, she's close to his size, but she's brighter colors. I believe she's probably been taken care of better. So, and then I got plants. I said that. I think that's it. It's enough. Yeah. God, I got Chihuahua worse going, I think. No fish. We were going to look. Ed actually did look for some reason we both couldn't get any Wi-Fi. That's why we were so out of touch. That's probably what Ed's doing because he had a ton of Wi-Fi stuff. Hey, Scott. Taking the kids out fishing tomorrow. Oh, that'll be nice, George. No magic here. Speedy fingers. Pam, don't say anything. Leave it alone.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just drawing.
I was trying to remember that joke about the mice, about cheeses, to tell Ed because he was Googling Doug Gray, the guppy guy, was sending me, evidently it's an Elvis celebration weekend of his birthday or his death anniversary. But he was sending me links, and he has been for a couple of days, about the celebration. He thinks everybody in Tennessee is an Elvis fan. But so then Ed started sending him awful dad jokes back to get him back. It was fun. It was just the two of us. James didn't go. Robert didn't go. Ginger didn't go. And Ed is already wanting to go to look at saltwater fish. So we're going to try to get Robert in on that one. Plus, we have to go to Atlanta and get some leaky tanks from Ginger. Maria didn't squeal or anything about my Solomon Island babies. She's just still doing her mod stuff. Posted my link. Fishfam link. King Kong what, George? I got 8 more.
Oh, I see Ed.
He's been there 10 minutes.
He has not. He just barely showed up.
Wait, you'll watch how mad he is now.
There's Ed.
I've been here since the start of the stream at 11 o'clock.
I'm sorry, Ed, but I didn't want to tell her what to do.
No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be running late. I was talking to people and cleaning up my fish tanks when I got home. And I was like, okay, I got to take like a 45-minute nap, a power nap. And then I slept like 10 minutes later than 11. So
We used to call that disco naps, but that was before your time, Ed.
Disco naps?
Yeah, I used to take those all the time.
Pam, did you take a disco nap?
Nope.
When you're young, they
Hey, Sky Dancer.
Rosie's quickly becoming my. Look at this.
Should she be drinking salt water like that?
It's fresh water. But she does drink the salt water too, and then she'll like that salt water, and she'll make a face, but she never remembers. Rosie, look here. Nope. She's probably trying to make a place to see through there.
Oh,
I haven't done anything. All right, there's the Aussie. There's the Aussie. I haven't.
Have you guys been talking?
We've been
we were talking about you the whole time.
Oh, well, that's very boring.
I told Pam you wouldn't even let me slow down to try to grab a dandelion leaf or anything to eat.
Yep.
So I'm sitting here eating salsa.
Oh yeah.
We had a real good day.
It was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you, Ed.
Oh no. Thank you. Oh, I never did pay you for the ticket.
For what ticket?
The ticket to get into
For
the
that.
place.
Ed's brought that up about 30 times today.
I know. Well, I never broke my 20.
You could have
So-
tipped me.
Yeah.
Are live? Hello.
So,
You bought my lunch.
Yeah, but that wasn't much. So I'm making these fish. And I'm trying to make them into canvases to paint on them with a nice texture with burlap.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
nice.
wanted to glue the backs down. And I used Elmer's glue, and it just doesn't hold.
Uh-oh.
See, like in the past, what I've done, if I'm trying to make a canvas like over something like this, I would take foam core, and you can pin it.
Yeah.
Right?
Nope.
But this is going to go over my fireplace, and I thought that it would bow with the foam core. So I'm using this corrugated plastic.
Ah. Do you
And
have
you've got-
any Mod Podge?
No, I do have JB Weld.
I don't know what that is, but Mod Podge would probably hold it.
Ms. Jen's Adventure said, what about rubber cement?
You know, I thought about rubber cement. I don't own any.
Hi, Dee Dee.
I love owning rubber cement too because it smells so good.
Pam, did you notice there were no trolls till Ed came in?
Oh, yeah.
There's a troll.
Are you
Hey,
calling me
Stephanie.
a troll?
No, we had a troll already.
Hi, folks. Let me turn
Silver
on the chat.
thumbtacks. Lefty said, what about silver thumbtacks?
Well, the problem is you know, it's corrugated. So
Oh, yeah,
it won't be able to.
right.
Do you have any Gorilla Glue?
I thought about that.
I probably do have Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue will
upstairs.
hold anything,
I do have it upstairs.
even your hair.
Yep,
If you have it, thank you very much.
you can put it in your hair.
I guess I could shave Nico and use Gorilla Glue on my head and have
Oh.
hair.
Lefty said they have a Rosie too. I didn't know that, Lefty.
Cat
Cool.
hair crafts. Hello.
And I'm going to be making some cat hair crafts on my head with Gorilla Glue. Okay, well, do you mind if I run out to the garage and get some Gorilla Glue?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you
go-
got here an
go
hour
for it.
late, so it's not like
I'm 18 minutes late.
You're fine. You're fine. Go get your Gorilla
Okay.
Glue.
I'll be right back.
see, I was all ready for Skipper, so poor Ed.
Oh,
We rescued her from a construction site. Oh, I don't know that I've ever seen her, Lefty. Is she a calico? Rosie's a bobtail. I got her at the Ark. She had bobtail kittens too. And she's a calico and Abyssinian and bobtail.
Alex, hi.
She's a heifer too. Ed's always running. I know, right? We were all prepared this trip. The charger he had left in the truck last time was still there, and tortoiseshell, those are beautiful. And a lot of times they have that same spicy personality as calicos. All cats are beautiful. Oh, maybe I have seen her. Yeah, she growls. Yeah, I saw you hold her one time. I have seen her. Yeah, I forgot that, Maria. Yeah. Rosie growls if I don't hold her. She comes over and I'm like, nope, I'm eating her. I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Oh, it makes her mad.
Cats get
Girl.
mad easy.
I know, but I have 3 other cats and 2 dogs. It's like, just line up here. I don't think Maria even wants to
Hey,
see me.
GRB.
boas. What do y'all want to see? The baby boas or lizard fountain?
I'm gonna switch over to you because I want you to show everybody the snakes,
I showed
and then
them to you.
I want to see the female lizard too. But
Oh gosh, my little guy's out of water here. Hold on a minute. I did all this last night. Get that water bowl dry. Oh, we're looking at me, right? Yeah, I've got to set those guys. I've got to fill that water bowl. But he's over there, the snow corn snake. He's growing like a bad weed. And they had two more at Petco because I had to run in when we got back and got a whole bunch of crickets, which are still up there, like 4 dozen in their bag. And they have two more of these guys. And she sexed them, and they were both males, so I've got to try and sex this one. And there's the head of one of the new little boas. There's two in here.
I can see the head just barely in there. They're little babies.
Should be able to see the body too over there. I get them right in the center. But they have their mouths are small and narrow, kind of a little bit pointed. And the adult one that I looked at, they had several, but the one that she took out, of course, was the most expensive. And she started talking about the butt, and I'm like, no, I better start with the small model. But their noses are pointed. They're really cool. And the underneath of them are really, really pretty. Really speckled and all colorful. So there's two in there, and they're newborns. They haven't eaten anything. And she was trying to shuffle them along. Oh, there's the other one. Is it over here watching too? I'm not sure.
Don't bark at Mario. He'll get you. I'm telling you.
I can't tell if that's the other one's face there or not. I think it is. That's kind of creepy. They're watching me, huh? So that's them. And I don't see my scissors here, oddly. So let me go in here and get some. And I'll let that.
Oh, Sis has a kitty that's almost 19 years old.
Who does?
Miss Jen.
Oh, I love old cats. I think mine is 18, maybe more. Ollie.
Mario's 14. And I rescued him from death. He was like, his mother abandoned him before he was weaned.
Yeah.
And he just barely had his eyes open, and he couldn't really walk yet. He'd take a step and fall and hit his chin. And he had a little rat tail, and I could pick him up in one hand and hold him in the palm of my hand. He was so tiny. But what happened is the neighbor had a couple little pugs, and she heard them barking, and she went out there, and a stray cat had moved her kittens into their doghouse on the porch.
God.
So, and the dogs had dragged two of them out in the yard. Well, my daughter ran over and grabbed the two that were in the yard, and meanwhile the mother cat was moving the other ones someplace else. So and the mother cat was gone with the other kittens, so she brought them home and said, what do we do with them? They were so tiny. I said, well, let's put them in a cardboard box out in the carport, and maybe she'll come find them. So, we put them out there, and we didn't go out at all, and the mother cat came and got one of them, and she left the other one, which was Mario. And so she didn't come back and didn't come back and didn't come back. So I brought him in the house. I didn't think he'd live because he was so tiny.
Did you bottle feed him?
I tried. I couldn't get him to take any kind of a bottle. I couldn't get him to drink out of an eyedropper. I couldn't get him I tried like a rag soaked in warm milk squeezed in his mouth, and he was having none of it. So finally, I had just made some homemade cinnamon rolls, and I broke off a piece of the sweet bread and dipped it in the warm milk, and he started eating it. So that's what he started out eating.
Oh,
Hmm.
Mario.
Roll.
I'm trying to make a makeshift thing to prop up my camera.
But anyway, then a couple days later, and we were like, me and my daughters were like calling everybody, and we'd found homes for a couple of the kittens, and we were working on finding homes for all the kittens. And the mother cat moved him back into the dog house again.
Well, that was retarded.
And like I said, we were busy trying to find homes for these little kittens. And what?
You didn't hear what Ed said?
No,
Never mind.
I didn't.
You said the mother cat moved it back in the doghouse, and Ed said, well, that was retarded.
Yeah, well. But anyway, the neighbor called the animal control, and they sent the sheriff out.
Oh,
And the sheriff gathered up all those kittens. And when I was talking to him, he told me that they weren't going to make it to the Humane Society. He was going to take care of them. As in,
What?
he was going to put them down.
What the
wow.
hell?
And I was holding Mario, and he asked me if I wanted him to take that one too. And I said no. But yeah, so all of Mario's litter mates didn't make it.
Oh.
So
Did you find a home for any of them?
we had a couple people lined up, but the sheriff came and picked them up because the stupid neighbor lady called the Humane Society.
Wow.
Oh, she's upside
And they
down.
don't want to mess with kittens that haven't been weaned yet, so he was just gonna like kill them.
What a jerk face.
So anyway, that's how I ended up with Mario, and that's been 14 years ago now.
Well, you'd think Mario would be a little more grateful.
He's not.
Oh, she's got a little foot bent. How is she in here? Sorry. She's upside down. I know you guys can't see
Is she
anything.
okay?
Yeah. She's face down. They put some paper down there for her to dig around in. And
Is
that's
she
what
alive?
she's... Yeah, oh yeah. You didn't see her kick me with that foot?
Nope.
Ed Googled for about 7 hours on the way back. Well, it seemed like that.
Giggled or Googled?
Both. He
Yeah.
giggled and Googled. Trying to name her, to help me name her, because he's Picasso. And so we were trying to get a similar name.
There just
And we,
weren't any good women names back in the 1900s.
nope. So I think we talked about Betty White, and then Ed said, or Rose. So I think she's going to be Rose. I like that. Nobody knows. We know because Ed Googled it, but nobody knows what Picasso's wife's name was anyway. So, girl, come out of there.
There's glue all over this bottle. I got to go wash it off.
Joseph says he quit for the night. What did you quit for the night?
Might have been working.
Hi, Stephen.
Which Stephen is that?
Stephen P.
Hey, Stephen P. Her bristles are a lot bigger than Picasso's. And she's real feisty. Here we go. Hey, girl, look at you. Look at you. Let's show you. Come on. Look at her. Where is
Oh,
she?
she's purty.
Can't find the... Look at that. She's not fighting now. She was fighting a lady when she put her in the bag. Look at this. Look at this.
He's seeing her.
Look at that. Who's that? Who is that? That's him. It's her. You wander in there? Just love at first sight.
Do
I
you
wish I
ever get
was getting.
stressed preparing for an art exhibition? Yes, definitely.
What do you think? You want to go in? He's quite the stud. Go on. Jump down in there. Go on. Go on. Oh, she's hanging upside down.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
She's into that kinky stuff. All right. Just sit down here and leave them alone. Whoop.
Did she
Trying
jump
to-
to the top? Or did you just stick her to the top?
I slid her in, and he does that sometimes, but he usually does it over here under his lights. I've got this thing doing or something. Hang on. What the hell?
Bob, you're cussing.
That's not really profanity, Ed. You heard profanity today. There's a difference. There they go.
Yeah, but Pam's in our presence now.
Right. He is bigger than her. Mellow. What do you think? Look at that. I don't know his story except that his owner turned him in. I was thinking her spikes and stuff were bigger. But he's got some big old.
I think they did a switcheroo on us and gave us one of the crappy ones.
No, they didn't. I watched them put them in. You know, I picked her.
I know, but then they did like a, hey, Bob, look over there.
Nope.
Did you make sure she didn't have a zipper on her?
She has no zipper on her.
Well, at least that's good.
It really is just like a zipper that's hadn't been sewn into a button or something on their belly, but lizard size. You better go over there and look at her. He's telling Pam, he's wanting food. Now he's got his mind on food. He's like, where's the food? Where's the crickets? Where's the worms? I forgot what I was even saying. Something stupid. Your friend Nez Lover's doing some painting right now, Pam.
Huh?
Your friend Nez Lover's doing some painting right now.
Oh, good.
Who's Ned's lover?
Ed.
Another artist.
Oh.
I didn't see her come in.
She's doing some painting right now. She just went live and said she's painting. Pam, I have all kinds of cool friends. All right, Milo, here I come. Couldn't get him out here earlier. About to have to get my hip surgery, walk her out. Yep. Come on.
Bob
Mama.
introduced me to one of his friends at the show.
Which one was that?
I don't know. The guy that was the frog guy.
Oh, Jason's Frogs. He's not my friend. I just follow him. He didn't even ask me. I told him I follow you, and he was like, cool. He didn't even ask me what my channel was or anything. But Ed made him listen to all of his stuff, didn't you, Ed?
Yeah. I figured he just must have already known.
Mm-mm. Nope.
What a jerk.
Right?
Thinking about saying, I want your 10% off your frogs.
Jason's. I think he's Haley's friend. I think that's how I came across him. But a lot of people that have amphibians and reptiles in the Fishfam follow him.
Well, that's weird. I was talking to Haley when I got home, too.
Did you mention that to her?
Nope. I was talking about her crabs.
Haley's got crabs.
Hey, yep, Haley has the best crabs.
Were y'all just going to stare at each other?
That's what they're going to do.
Well, this sucks. This isn't going to work either.
Go over there and blow in her ear. Look at that big old ear hole she's got. I thought I'd be forever before I found one of the agamas. There you go. think what I'm going to do is turn the light back down out here and throw some food in there and see if she joins him.
So have these guys ever had babies in North America?
I believe the literature says they have, but they live in like harems, or they call it colonies, but it's basically a harem. One male and up to 6 females.
That's the life.
Right. I'm setting up the model for my new.
As long as the guy's deaf.
Right.
Oh my God, Ed.
Yazzie, do you know how wrong that is? Humping on poor old Milo, and he's got to have knee surgery. That's not helping that knee. He was. Did you see him? Milo's like 4 times his size. Well, so I'm turning the light down and throwing some goodies in there. Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Hey, Rose. That was a good name, Ed. We went through all of those European queens and famous artists, and a close runner-up was Frida. What's her
Yeah,
name?
that's what I was thinking of her when you said you were looking for a name, but Rose is a good name.
And there was Georgia O'Keeffe, but since we were traveling the whole upper part of Georgia today, it just didn't ring with me.
Boy, there are some stupid drivers in Georgia.
Oh my God. I couldn't get him to get a gun out. It was locked in the thing.
And I mean, just complete jerk faces.
Yep.
And
So
they were having wrecks everywhere.
you saw
You'd think, Nico.
How was the
3
weather?
real nice.
You guys got snow over there or no?
Oh, no. Oh, well, Bob got a little bit a couple days ago, didn't you?
Yep. Just enough to make everything look a little white, but it melted that day.
It didn't get below freezing for me. So it just rained.
Look at him, well, you can't see him. He sees me shaking the worms. He hadn't seen the worms yet, but he ran back over there and said, "I'll see you later, lady." He sits there when I throw him in.
It got up to 46 here yesterday,
Oh, wow.
which melted quite a bit of the snow, but we still have snow because we had quite a bit to begin with. And now I think it's getting cold again and it's supposed to snow some more, so. It did melt quite a bit of it, though.
Hey, look, Maria Z is here.
Do what?
Maria Z is here.
She's been here.
She was here when
before you, Ed.
What?
Long time before you.
I bet she was worried. She was like, I wonder where Ed is. Hope Bob didn't forget him.
She was getting ready to call the police.
I did say if Ed doesn't turn up, I did let him off. And I can prove it. They fell for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But Maria calls the police, you know. She saw that worm. She looked right over there at that. Come here. Come here. This one's little. Oh.
Oh. Oh, we better not talk about that.
What?
No. You promised. Never
Where
mind.
Maria lives. I was going to ask her if she lived near Rutherford. But then I thought, I better not mention that because that'd be a little too close to home, maybe. So don't tell me if you live near Rutherford.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's like a suburb
Of
New
Georgia.
Jersey. But no, of New Jersey. Or of New York.
I really need to get. All right, there's a worm.
Paintbrush. I'll be right back.
There's a wonder worm, guys.
Wonder worms.
It's trying to go right down in the sand. There it goes. No, we can't have that.
What size wonder worm is that, Bob?
It's a small one.
Oh. I learned about wonder worms today.
Well, we saw a bunch of worms and stuff, didn't we?
Yeah.
He got it. Good boy. Girl, you got to get down on in there. Get with the party. Get some more worms if I can throw in several.
Okay, I'm not liking this idea.
What is it?
I'm using the JB Weld. I'm just getting it all over my fingers.
You don't have any gloves?
What? No, not the right type of gloves for this.
I thought Nico would have gloves.
He's sniffing it all. It's like, this stuff smells good. I think I'm going to try looking for a heat gun or a glue gun next for my next fish.
She's showing interest in it, but she can't get it there.
Which one are you trying to get to eat?
This is her that's still hanging upside down.
Oh,
She sees it.
oh, we forgot to ask if they'd get along with your chameleons.
No.
Oh,
All right, it fell down.
they're natural enemies.
He got that one before it hit the ground. They're just not from the same place. These guys are sub-Saharan. You were there when the guy was saying they were North Africa. And,
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're going to hate each other.
well, yeah, those guys over there are from a lot of foliage and trees, and they don't do the sand dunes and stuff.
Yeah, but they still could be friends.
Ed, let's rethink you getting frogs. Maybe. I mean that in the kindest way.
I mean, you can put African cichlids and,
Guppies.
well, no, but Central American cichlids together.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah. I rest my case.
Sometimes that works, but sometimes the Africans tear the Central Americans up. Oh, she tried to get that one. Trying to get them on this lid. No avail. Y'all are jumping everywhere else. Jump in this lid.
So who do you think was the worst driver today?
That one, when we were coming back, that did the
Honkin?
nearly flip, that went around us on the right-hand side and then swerved back in front of us and then swerved. Look at that.
I was
Like
thinking
good eaters.
it was that lady that cut us off.
Oh,
and
her too.
Then she got behind us and wouldn't let us over. And I
Yep.
waved at her to go and she started screaming.
Yep.
I'm going to try to get this stuff off my fingers quick.
Yep. She was a
It's
trip.
an epoxy. I don't trust you, Nico.
Poor Nico. Always being judged. Stay in there. Oh, I'm dropping my worms now. Oh. This is not a good time, Rosie. It's not a good time. She likes all of the critters, don't you? Yeah, as they get back. I know one thing, I'm done dealing with these worms. I'm about to just pour the whole thing in there. Literally. And I've got 3. I just don't want all of the other stuff to go in there. They seem like they're fine with each other. Strowsy kind of terrorized Tilby. Never a dull moment. Okay, let's see. And if you try to run out of this, we're going to have trouble, girl. Get down. Better not. Go back. Get. You can't. Now that's going to get hot over there. So silly. So silly. Here, let me hold a worm down for you. These worms can bite.
Well, I am going to use some Gorilla Glue stick.
Can I help you? Can I help you? I need to find my, tweezer things.
So,
Tongs.
is there any tricks that you guys do when you get epoxy all over your fingers?
Don't get it on there.
I used the lava glue, but then I put a whole bunch of powder on it, baby powder, and it's not sticky anymore.
Pam, why don't you? Am I still up on the thing?
No.
Oh, thank you.
We are all up.
Let's see this. Look at this. Look at this. Come on, get it. Girl, you better get that.
So this fish, I'm going to try without even putting slats in it, and we'll just see what happens.
I had some base. Yay, she got one.
Nice.
Had to hold it right in front of her so she gets the other one.
Are you sure that that's what she's supposed to be eating?
Yep.
Well, that's weird. Now, how do the tree ones get that and the ones in the desert? Sounds like they got some things in common.
Ed, these are desert. The bottle on the jar, it says these are the desert morph, and the other ones are the jungle morph.
Oh, for the worms?
That's a good question.
I thought they were all the same. Well, I apologize.
You're learning, Ed.
I am.
Get that other one. If it falls, she'll get it. He's down there looking at it. There it goes.
You're driving me nuts, man.
He's up. Look at him under here. He got it. He reached up and got it.
Stole it from her?
Well, she didn't take it. She just kept looking at it. Let me get some of these. I got several dozen medium and several dozen large, or like 3 crickets. So.
Has he looked at her?
Yeah, just watching her.
He's like, I wish she'd flip over so I could see if she has a zipper or not.
Right. Look at your little face. Look at you.
Oh, you guys. This works 100 times better.
Really?
The Gorilla Glue?
No, it's Gorilla hot glue sticks.
Ah, okay.
What does that look like? It's like a slug, doesn't it? Smell. I think they switched it smell for a smell.
Oh, is Robert here? Oh,
No.
Lola Jane's here. Oh,
Here.
I did an experiment today with my shorts. And I had this one short that I absolutely loved, and it only got 60 views last week. And I thought it was really good. So, but I put an obscure musician that I really like. I love how she sings. And 60 views. I put on a hip hop song, it got 700.
Wow.
So I'll be a little less obscure, if that makes sense. I'll try to
That
be more
does make
mainstream.
sense. What about some hip hop, Ed?
Um,
And you could dance. I bet you
I
could do a mean hip hop.
do a lot of dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
normally dancing when I'm doing my shorts. And I'm dancing in my shorts
You dance in your shorts?
while I make my shorts. It's like a theme. My cat just look at me like I'm weird.
Nico has.
I would look at you like you're weird too if you were dancing around in your shorts in front of me.
Pam.
Well, I would.
Him, like you're not sitting some ragged panties.
I'm wearing my shorts right now.
Did I say that out loud? Yazzie, come here and let Pam see you so I can put you up. Come here.
Ozzy.
He's over there humping Milo. Come here.
What?
Come here. Milo doesn't want that. Come here. Poor Milo. He's got a torn ACL. Come here. Oh, he's full of it tonight. I'll be back in a moment.
So what you working on, Pam?
Oh, just a little drawing of the owl.
Oh, I tried to buy
I
an
could have
owl.
had it done earlier this week, but I've been kind of hoping to get my new pencils in the mail, but I think there's going to be here Monday.
Oh, do you think they got delayed because of the snow?
Yeah.
Bummer. It's hard living up north.
Here's
Great
Pam.
north.
Damn,
Whoa.
I thought you were through. Rosie, the cat, wants me right now. See, that's what I mean. There's Pam. Say hi to Pam so I can put you down.
Yossi.
There she is.
Yossi.
Yeah, there she is. He sees her.
Well,
There's Ed, too.
on
You
and
both-
on.
You bore him. All right. You go back and play. Be a good boy. Oh, boy.
Don't hump Milo.
Don't hurt Milo. Rosie came right over like 2 feet from us, and so that set him off.
He is such a wicked mean dog.
I'm going to look at the chat if I can find it. Uh-oh. I guess I'm not.
The bad thing about the heat gun is it's hot when you touch it.
Pam, did you show what you're drawing? I don't remember that.
She's doing owls.
It's just the owl that I was doing earlier this in the week.
You didn't show it, did you?
Not yet.
Damn it.
Well, I tried to buy an owl t-shirt
Okay.
today.
A real owl?
T-shirt.
Oh, owl t-shirt. T-shirts are cool. I used to have an owl t-shirt.
Yeah, I was like, people think I'm really cool if I can get this. And they didn't have it in my size.
They had some really cool T-shirts at same stand, snakes, and they didn't
Yeah,
have
but-
my size either.
I didn't think anybody would think I was cool if I wore one of those.
I think we should have got them tube tops, Ed.
Ew. I definitely don't think anybody would be impressed then.
I don't know.
Of course, it is owl, so I'd say, look at my hooters.
They wouldn't. They'd just be looking at the owl. Ed, why don't you like kids? Oh, Levi wants to know. I need to get in the chat over here.
Well, what kids?
You just say it. Ed dances in his shorts, Merdell said. Ed dances in Rico leggings.
I'm a super fun uncle. I used to take my nephews to the fishing shows and fishing, the two boys, and then I would take them to movies. I wasn't allowed to take them to any monster truck things, though, because the oldest one was afraid of loud noises. And my sister wouldn't let me take just the young one who loved monster trucks, which wasn't fair. But I did lots of stuff with the kids. And I love playing games with them. What I don't like is the Goonies or the Harry Potters.
Adele's naked.
Whoa.
I'm not wearing any shorts. It's my day off. Clothing optional.
She is from Australia, so
Yep.
they swim differently there.
Yep. They can outswim the sharks.
But they have to be naked when they do it.
Oh, here we go now. Getting Levi. Mike said that. Yeah, what is the thing about not liking kids is?
I don't like kid movies. Or I don't like, it's not that I don't like kid movies. I like Stand By Me. I don't like kid heroes.
Heroes?
Yeah, like the Goonies. All the kids were the main character, or not main characters, but like, I don't know.
He probably doesn't know who the Goonies are.
Well, he's a smart guy.
40 years ago.
But for some reason, you say you don't like the Goonies and the Fishfam, and you're labeled biggest jerk in town.
Right.
Apparently, everybody likes the Goonies. Pam, do you like the Goonies? Uh-oh.
I've never watched them.
What? That's just like saying you hate them.
Just
worse. It's not even giving them a fair chance.
Yeah.
Okay, Levi says, do you like me, Ed?
I tolerate Bob.
No. Levi.
Well, why wouldn't I like Levi?
Do you like me, Ed? Levi.
Actually, Levi's freaking great. He comments on almost all my shorts, and I go back to shorts. He comments on all my videos. He's an awesome, awesome guy.
Uh-oh.
I like Levi a lot.
He says he doesn't like movies unless they're true.
Levi doesn't?
That's what he said.
What's he think about Godzilla?
We'll find out. Hey, Curly Bunny EMT.
Hi, Curly Bunny.
Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, so you want to see the owl?
Yeah.
So far? Okay, I'll show you the owl so far.
Well, I like Stand By Me, and that's a kid type, or, a story about a bunch of kids.
Oh, that's that Betty Davis. Yeah.
What? Oh, wow, that's neat.
That's
Yellow eyes.
So far.
Wow, they look just like real eyes.
Dude, that's awesome. Pam, you should be proud of yourself.
That's a saw-wit owl.
I can just see it swallowing a little live mouse.
And now I'm going to have a cigarette. Hi, Adele. Thank you again for the super chat. Thank you, Scott. And hello.
Flurry's
It's
on the
kind of a
move now.
different little drawing because it's kind of zeroed in on its face. I think it's kind of cool.
Are you gonna
It was an angry little owl.
Are you gonna auction that off?
Probably Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
I may not even be here Wednesday.
Why
You're
would
not
you not
that
be here
old,
Wednesday?
Mom.
You better be here Wednesday. I'm having a guest. Amber's going to be here Wednesday.
She
Hopefully.
won't. She won't be here.
Well, be hopeful.
I hope she will, but she won't.
She's a very busy girl.
She is busy.
I like Kaylee's little daughter. She's sweet. She calls me Captain Redbeard. Actually, she calls me Captain Pinkbeard.
What is her name? Is it Jaden?
Jaden.
Yeah, Jaden.
Jaden, yeah.
Yeah,
She's a cutie.
She
seen
is.
her grow up.
Yeah, really, we have.
Hi, Colette.
Camera switched around.
I've got a bunch of cards cut out and ready to go, but I'm kind of been waiting and waiting to get my black pencils. And they were supposed to be here yesterday, but we've had several days with the freeway closed, so they didn't get here yet.
And Levi doesn't really look like a little kid. He's not like a little kid either.
He's not a little kid.
I know.
Ed, look at look. Don't do your art. Look at my snake. That's the
Oh, I see it.
snow corn snake.
Can you
Put that-
put the other one in the water yet?
No, I'm
Did
still
you
Where
talk
is
drinking.
about it?
Where is she? I don't see it.
He's drinking out of the bowl.
Damn, how
Yazzie, quit that humping. Stop.
how do you not see that, Pam?
Oh, I see her. Oh, him. Yep. Okay.
It's flurry.
I thought it was a stick.
He's getting big.
We didn't see any mantis bugs today, but we did see,
Some bugs.
well, it's mostly.
I started to get you a dung beetle, Pam.
Oh, that's just what I've always wanted, Bob.
Well, it's easy to find their food.
Just let them go in the cat litter pan.
But yeah, but I'd be afraid Bob would send a bunch of food along with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't just send you something with nothing to eat.
She can't put it in the cat litter pan because Star might eat it.
She doesn't get in the litter, does she?
I thought all dogs like the treats that the cats leave in the litter pan.
Yazzie does.
Yeah, Star does too. Buddy never bothered it, but Star's like, oh, look.
I bet he was
It's
thirsty.
like Snickers bar.
It's okay, Pam. Okay, so this is like
Let's see.
100 times better.
Oh, I thought you were going to show us
good.
there.
I'm going to show Ed. Hang
Oh.
on.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm using my glue gun to put down all the... glue gun went over. So I just glue gunned it down. Looked pretty good.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll paint it a solid white and then paint over that so the colors will really pop nice.
What kind of fish is this?
Well, what I did on the stream is I had people voting on fish.
Sorry, Merdul.
So we ended up going with something that kind of had like a yellow lab body. You know, the cichlid kind of shaped body. So, but it's not, I want to paint them really bright colors.
You know what it looks like, the silhouette of, or close enough, is my jaguar cichlids.
Well, I looked at those too.
Yeah,
And
that would be pretty.
if it could be a crappie if it had this fin on the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going with a lot of those type of fish. We decided to do that instead of angels. But let me show you what I did with this is the epoxy. Just to hold it down so my fingers won't get stuck to it. So this is a mess. So yeah, I'm going to do the next two in hot glue. And let me tell you what I'm doing this for is my fireplace gets really hot right above the bricks.
Right.
And I had like a 20 by 40 print that I had shot of St. Louis about 25 years ago. It was a real pretty, cityscape. But the heat caused the emulsion to bubble.
Oh no.
So I took.
Don't you still have the negative to redo it?
I probably do, but it was Kodachrome, so it was a clear slide, and it would cost a fortune now. But I think I have like 4 or 5 left. I used to sell them out of my photo studio because people would buy them all the time. I was asked to take photos of St. Louis for it was actually a Baptist preacher convention. They had me go around and take all these different photos of St. Louis to pitch the city for the next convention. So that's. But then I had all these slides because they wanted slides taken, and that's why it's a Kodachrome. But yeah. But the neat thing about slides is there's no grain, so you can blow them up gigantic, and it's all real crystal clear.
Nice.
But yeah, I think this will work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a wood canvas that these go on, and I'm just going to leave it like oak, and I'm going to stain it blue, and you'll see like the ripples of the oak, the grain look like waves in the water, or like bands of the water, and it's all going to be kind of a blue, green, aqua. And then I'm going to put 4 fish all like swimming together, but super bright, so they really pop.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think I'll also make it so they stand about an inch off the surface, so it'll look a little 3-dimensional.
But GRB.
This hot glue is where I should have went from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep. Now you know.
Yep. I hope you don't mind me doing my crafted show on your show. I was planning to do this on my show, and I was going to use this Elmer's glue.
What?
I was going to use the Elmer's glue and just paint it, with a paintbrush.
This is what my show is for, Ed. Why would I mind you doing your crafts on here?
Well,
that's the whole point of the Saturday show.
It's just not as fancy painting. It's just
my Wednesday show is actually supposed to be more fish, and then my Saturday show is supposed to be more art.
Well, maybe next week I'll be able to paint 1 or 2 of them on your show also.
Yeah. What is Bob doing?
I don't know. That guy.
Got this camera upside down.
Yeah, I had 2 guest hosts on my show Thursday because James is very sick, and Rico.
I hope he doesn't have the Rona.
I don't know, but it didn't sound good, and I think he's an amazing trooper that he was able to do his show, because I was listening to the poor guy beforehand, and I was like, oh, man. But he had asked Lefty to come up on his show, so that way I'd have somebody to talk to if he got real sick. But he's talking out.
Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, Adele, and thank you again for the super chat.
Thank you, Adele. You're awesome, and we love you.
Thank you, Adele.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law has it right now. She said she had like 1 day of a high fever, and then the next day she had like razor blades in her throat and couldn't stop coughing, and she thinks she might have cracked a rib because she coughed so hard.
Gosh.
And she's got a really sore throat. My son doesn't have it yet, but doesn't have any symptoms. But he works at the hospital, so he's got to be really careful. So Monday before he goes into work, he's going to take a test to make sure it's okay before he goes in there. Because he can't go into the hospital and spread it to people that don't have it.
Levi said that sucks.
Well, My sister's family. Oh gosh, now I have to call. My sister's family all got it after
Uh,
Christmas,
uh,
and I was sick, but I really think I had my normal sinus infections that I get a lot because
uh,
it got real hot, and I used to always get hot or my sinus infections in Missouri when it was beautiful, like 60s to 70s. That's when I'd get sick every year, spring and fall. Well, here we get those in the winter time too. And I get sick throughout the winter now too. It's like I don't get only summertime I get a break here. But my doctor told me that I need to move somewhere like to a desert.
yeah.
And instead I moved to like the third worst place in America if you have allergies. But it's so nice here.
I had when I lived on Cape Cod, I moved there when I was about 40 years old, or in my early 40s, mid 40s maybe.
That long ago, Pam?
Yeah, ages ago.
So was that like
And
when
I remember I was watching the news and it was in the middle of allergy season and they get ragweed there really bad. And the guy was saying, you shouldn't complain about ragweed because the ones that really, really get affected bad from ragweed are the people who move over here, like from the West Coast that doesn't have any ragweed in like their mid 40s. They're the ones that really get it bad. And I'm sitting there thinking, here I was, moved over there from Oregon where we don't have any ragweed in my mid 40s. And I was like, well, thank you for making me feel better. But the pollen was, oh my God, it was so bad there. And it's not like that on the West Coast. It really isn't. But the
It's
pollen
bad
was
here.
so bad that my car would be sticky and yellow.
Yeah, we get that too here.
And you'd wash it off and the next day get up and the whole car would be sticky to touch and yellow with pollen.
our problem is we are in a tropical temperate area. So we get tropical trees and like northern and southern trees both grow here. So we have a wider variety. Plus, we like live in a valley. And
Right.
man,
Do you have love bugs there, Pam?
what's a love bug? A love bug.
You don't know the love bugs is?
Well,
We get them here. Some springs they're a lot worse than others. There's some kind of black flies,
ugh.
and when you're driving like we were driving today, it's too early for them, But they just cover your windshield, the bodies. And car washes have like love bug specials because people want to wash them off all the time, like the pollen. So when you're in your 40s, Matt said he's confused. You're older than 40. He must
Yeah,
want
right.
something. Levi hates ragweed, especially when I weed whack. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, there was like horrible pollen there, and there was ragweed, which I'd never dealt with before, and a lot of poison ivy, which on the West Coast we get a lot of poison oak, but that was the first time I'd seen poison ivy.
How was your tolerance?
For poison ivy,
Yeah.
well, I tried not to ever touch it because I don't tolerate poison oak that well, and I've heard poison ivy's worse.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if, from what I understand, and I don't know if it's true, you hear a lot of stuff, but I was told that everybody's allergic to poison ivy, but everybody has a tolerance, and it slowly, the more you're affected by it, it's slowly going down, and eventually it's going to get anybody. And I never, ever got poison ivy or poison oak, and so I just assumed I was immune to it. And Jake, he was my first cat that I loved. Well, he passed away, and there's like this beautiful spot right next to the woods that I wanted to bury him. And then I had like these flat pavers that I put over him. Well, but it was a poison ivy patch, but I just didn't care. And I got poison ivy. And ever since I get it. So that was a point in my life where I know it started to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know it used to bother me either. I used to pull it down, even when I first moved here, pull it down off the pine trees and stuff with no gloves and never. But one summer I did that and it covered me up, so I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think your tolerance level finally.
Yeah.
It does that with different stuff because I had that happen with um, those bald face hornets, which
Mhm.
are like really big, nasty guys that like to sting and bite.
Those things are cool. They look like aliens.
But one summer I always hung the clothes out on the clothesline, and they would get in the socks and stuff. And then when I would go to fold the clothes, I'd get stung on my hands. And every time it happened, I'd just like go rinse my hand off and not worry about it, go run it underwater for a minute and
Mhm.
keep on keeping on. And one day I got stung. And when I woke up the next morning, every place that I had been stung for the last 3 months swelled up into a huge knot.
Oh
Wow.
gosh.
Not just the one sting that I'd just gotten, but all the stings that I had had.
What a
I
rip.
called the doctor and he told me that that's what happens is the poison doesn't leave your body, so it builds up. So if you keep getting stung and stung, eventually you're going to get allergic to it because you've got so much in your system already.
Oh,
And he
no.
said from now on you've got to be really careful because every time you get stung, it's going to be worse.
Well, shoot.
So that's what I was told by a doctor anyway. So it might be the same thing with poison oak and poison ivy.
Paper
I used to get poison oak all the time when I was a kid. I always started school when I was a kid because we'd go play in the woods all the time, build forts and stuff.
Mhm.
And I always started school with pink calamine lotion all over.
Yeah.
Every school year when I started school, I had like pink arms and pink legs. And
Well, we were on vacation somewhere, and I think we were up north, unless we were like in New Mexico. I was just a little kid, so I really don't remember the story too well. But my sister has always been deathly allergic to poison ivy and poison oak and stuff. And, well, not deathly, just really. And my mom took her to a doctor in one of these other states, and they were like shocked because it was poison ivy. And they're like, we don't have poison ivy here. It's like, yeah, we brought it with us.
I went on a ferry boat ride one time from Cape Cod out to Nantucket.
Uh-huh.
And on the ferry ride back, I went down below to get something out of the car, and I looked, and one of the tourists had filled up their whole back seat with poison ivy vines.
Oh my God.
Because it was really pretty and red and stuff. It was that time of year when it was all red and pretty.
Oh my God.
And I thought, oh my God, they are going to be so paying for that little mistake.
And even
I'm
after
sure
from
they
it
were
on the
taking it home
seats.
thinking it'd be pretty decoration, because it was real beautiful.
Oh yeah, the oils would get on the seat. You're right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Oh yeah. I'm sure
Pam
they were
Levi needs to know if you're from Missouri.
No, I'm originally from Oregon.
I'm from Missouri, Levi. We're cool. See, don't you let these guys from Kansas, like Mike, say that I don't like you because you're a kid.
I am originally from Oregon, but I have lived in Oregon, Washington, California, Texas, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Montana, Colorado, and Wyoming, where I live now. So, Ed, are you going to start singing You've Been Everywhere, Man?
You've been everywhere, man. You've been everywhere. I can't do it. That one's a song I'd love to learn. When he starts hitting all those cities, I have no idea. Clarksville, I can't even name that many cities off the top of my head.
Yeah, he names a couple off of Cape Cod too. I remember that, or just right off the Cape. Yeah, I can never remember all the places either.
But every time he does it, I try to sing it,
Ed Levi's inviting you back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, Levi, what town do you live in?
You don't want to invite him back. He doesn't like kids.
See?
He might not want to say that, Ed, at 13. I don't know.
Oh, well, I was thinking maybe town, like if it's or city. Are you near the St. Louis area? Because that's where my brother is. Now, my
Yeah, he
brother
might
really
be.
doesn't like kids.
Uh-oh.
He
Mike's
likes to
trolling
sell
you now.
insurance.
Mike.
Well, but that's not true. If you like board games, my brother would think you're cool.
Hey, Dee Dee. I
Hi.
bet Dee Dee's been lurking.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Chewy.
Hey, Chewy.
It's a trap. Matt said it's a trap, Ed.
It's a trap. That was a terrible impression of Admiral Akbar, but I tried.
Ooh, that sounds painful, George. Stinging metal plants.
Oh yeah, we get those in Oregon. They're they look innocent and stuff, but if you touch them, you get like these little teeny slivers all over in you, all over in your skin.
Chris Robertson explained that about the poison ivy. Said poison ivy immunity is about a histamine response. The first few times the body doesn't have a strong response ready, but later the body is ready and reacts quickly.
So it makes you sick by reacting. What a jerky body technique.
Right?
I'm surprised that we haven't evolved better. You'd think that would be something a gene we got rid of at the caveman level.
Joseph Stanley said, Ed is all Levi. I like you. You're a cool kid. Where do you live? Next, he will ask for a phone number.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my God.
That went south fast, didn't it?
I just wanted to know
Mike,
if you live close to
and
one of my
Mike
favorite
said,
places.
Levi, don't let Ed lie to you.
Oh.
What's up with you and Mike?
Well, we have a rivalry.
Apparently.
He's from Kansas, and I'm from the Missouri side.
Oh, okay. Get him, Mike. Get him, Ed.
I was on your side to get snakes that Mike didn't have, remember? Every snake we went through, we were like, okay, does Mike have this one? No. Does he have this one? Yeah, forget that one.
And they didn't have any, what?
Milk snakes, because they're illegal in Georgia.
No, not that one.
Well, I think Bob has every single snake
Place,
vendor.
because
You
I
have
thought I would get one that
snake.
had one tucked away.
Yeah.
Now they had the garter snakes tucked back. They said they brought, and they heard they weren't legal. So they had them hidden, but they showed them to us.
So Bob was looking for the illegal stuff.
Right. I went to bring home some stuff that nobody else could get.
They were probably looking at us and saying, well, those two guys don't
It
look
is
like
a tripod GRB. I'm trying to rest. I'm laying back in this chair. Now I was looking for a corn snake, an albino one, which Mike does have, because Maria Z used to breed the snow corn snake, which I have with the albinos. And I made 20 people, didn't I? Or maybe 10 people say, nope, they're illegal, so we didn't bring them. Have them at home. I'm like, I bet you got them behind that counter.
And then I asked every one of them that said, I got them at home. And they all said, well, we're from Carolina. We're from Florida. It's like, you guys, we're from Alabama. Well, why aren't you from Tennessee? We aren't going to go to your hometown to buy your corn snake.
One of them said she'd ship them, said they were $89.
Oh.
I got her card.
Was that the one that had the monitor lizards?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was from Jacksonville, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's the one. And I told her I was from Jacksonville, and she's like, well, whatever.
Yeah, I know. She wasn't very impressed. What a jerky girl. She was doing so well up until that point.
Or that I lived there. Medulas wants us to make loud noises to distract Maria on the phone.
Maria.
Maria. Hey, Maria.
Dee Dee's got some carrots.
Did you know that the Maria from West Side Story was based off of Maria Z?
I did know that. You're going to have some trouble, Ed, when she gets back. Dark drinking cup down there and use your hand to steer them around.
Did anybody see that West Side Story movie that just came out? I didn't.
No. I'm not a musical dance kind of. If I can't do it, I don't want to watch it.
Well,
It didn't sound right. But
I used to go to them, but because they were pretty fun dates.
That must be why you never watch porn, huh, Bob?
Pam, remember your audience.
Oh. I'm trying to be nice.
You're not. I'm going to have to mod you, Pam. It only takes 3 mods to mod the stream owner. Mike, are you in? Are you in, Medill? Let's get her.
So now, what does Maduril, whatever,
Medill.
Maduril,
Mr. Idol.
what does he do in real life?
Now that's another one.
Oh,
He's
I was
a young.
wondering if he was a professional musician because he's so good.
Well, Ed, he's a young man. You might want to share all that personal stuff.
I'm sorry, but dude, that's pretty cool. I wish was a musical man like you. How do you like that, Bob?
I didn't hear you were mumbling.
Oh, I said I wish I was a musical man like him.
He's a student, Dee Dee. Dee Dee knows all about the guy. She said he's a student. He says he's a robot.
Does he play any instruments other than the? I assume he plays the piano,
He does quite well.
but does he play anything else? Is he like one of those guys that can just pick up an instrument and start playing it cool?
He said, jokes aside, though, I'm a college student, Ed,
I don't know.
with fish and music on the side.
I don't see how there'd be any jokes involved in that.
Dee Dee says she knows because she stalks him. Dr. Black's here, Pam.
Oh, he is. I see him.
Oh, I ought to be doing this.
Hi there.
Hello, Blackie.
Good day,
Dr.
Dr.
Black.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys so far.
Ooh, crikey.
Wow. Pam,
Betty
I think
Davis.
you may have outdone yourself.
Looks like a photo from here.
No,
G'day,
don't say
Mrids.
that.
G'day, Grasshopper. G'day,
She's-
Maria. GRB, how are we?
Dr. Black, she doesn't like it when people say it looks like a photo.
Yeah, it's supposed to look better than a photo.
It looks more artsy
What I
than a
meant to
photo.
say was it looks like I'm there holding the owl.
Okay, that works.
Right. Saved it.
You're the man.
And now I'm going to
Yeah.
have a cigarette.
I have absolutely no doubt that Mriddle knows how to play multiple instruments.
He never answered that, did he?
Piano, a few wind instruments, strings, pitched percussion. Dabbles in a bit of everything.
I
Oh,
can
wow.
play
That's the way
some
to do it.
Yeah, I see that
Would-
now.
woodwinds.
What about the bongo drums, Murdo? I guess that's percussion, huh?
Yeah.
Ed, he is a young man. Now he is all questioning.
I
G'day, Nola.
was forced to play the piano as a child, and
Forced to play.
yeah. Well, I wanted to learn how to play the saxophone really bad when I was like 8, but my mom made me play the piano until I was 10.
Texas.
And now I wish I would have just never even picked up the saxophone, just played the piano for 10, 12 years, because the piano's freaking awesome. And a
the best place
saxophone
to start.
hurts your lips.
Murdo can
And your
play the
cheek
bongos.
muscles.
My daughter One of my daughters played saxophone. She was pretty good. She was in the jazz band and everything.
I love the
I got
saxophone.
her one Christmas. I got her a pink saxophone.
Oh, nice.
And everybody would go to the concerts, and I'd be like sitting out in the crowd, and you could hear all the kids saying, look at that pink saxophone.
Well,
I bet
was
she
Isn't
hated
that
it.
a song by Aretha Franklin? Pink Saxophone? Oh no,
I
that was
don't
Pink
know.
Cadillac, wasn't
I think it was Pink Cadillac, yeah.
it? Was it Aretha Franklin, or am I barking up the wrong tree?
she's from
No,
St.
it
Louis.
was close though. Was it Patti LaBelle? It was one. It was somebody like that. Yeah.
Well, actually, I was going to say it was a little bit before my time, but there was a version of it that came out in the 80s, I think.
I think
Yeah,
you're right.
Speaking of the 80s, lots of synthesizer music around then, and I desperately wanted some kind of crazy keyboard that I could make those wicked noises with. I probably would have been happy if my parents sent me off to piano lessons instead, but I got sent off to organ lessons, learning the double decker organ with the pedals like they play in church and stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And yeah, that made me resent keyboard instruments for quite a while until I learnt and bought myself keyboards as an older person.
Oh. Bradell says it is Bruce Springsteen that did Pink Cadillac. A lady did it too, and I think it is
Lady did
Aretha.
it first.
I think it is Aretha. I think he's right.
Yeah, Bruce
Yeah, I can
would have been the remake.
I think she had 100 pink Cadillacs in her funeral just not too long ago.
She had a hell of a funeral. I read about that.
They used to give, like, Bob would probably remember this. I think, was it the Tupperware ladies that used to get pink Cadillacs after they sold so much?
No,
They wouldn't.
it wasn't Tupperware. It was
Or
Mary
was
Kay.
it all that
Yep.
stuff?
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay, yeah.
I think they downgraded it to Ford Escorts toward the end, though.
Yeah, it
My
was.
mom had a pink Cadillac for a while.
Aretha had a pink Cadillac.
Her first
Bradell said.
Cadillac was a pink one, and then she got a turquoise and white one.
Yeah. Alex said it was Aretha.
Yeah, lots of people coming through and saying Aretha did one.
Bob don't know what the hell he's talking about. Don't listen.
Dee Dee, that was another name that I thought it might have been too back in the 80s, maybe Natalie Cole.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking. Was Natalie Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm remembering. Jerry Lee Lewis.
One of my favorite songs, and totally off subject, but it just popped into my mind,
Oh God.
was Janis Joplin doing "Oh Lord, Won't You Buy Me a Mercedes?"
I
Benz.
love that
Oh my
acapella.
God, I love that so much.
Yeah, it's a
Don't be
great version.
chasing the cats.
Dialing for Dollars is trying to reach me on the TV.
Oh, talking about that, I need to go get that lottery card and peel it off. Today, I wanted to buy a lottery ticket for Powerball because it's $300 million.
Ooh, I could probably live a month or so on that.
Well, I was thinking if I win, I'm going to buy Pam, the nicest trailer in your trailer park. That's not very great. I'd get you something cool to live in. But
I was gonna say, oh,
I know. I was
thanks, Ed.
I'll buy the trailer park and I'll be a big jerk landlord. I'll let you be
The
2
gift-
days late.
The gift that keeps on giving.
If I ever win even a small one, the first thing I'm going to do is buy a house. And here in Wyoming, for like 380,000, maybe 340,000, you can get like a 5 or 6 bedroom house, 2 or 3 bathrooms, sitting on a little bit of land. I mean, land prices are cheap here compared to a lot of other places. So
Well,
don't buy me a trailer if you win the lottery. Ed, buy me a house.
Well, I used to want to buy you a house next door to to Candy, but she moved away.
Yeah.
If I ever
Nola
remember.
said vicious
My
Ed.
son still lives up there, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. He wears a kilt. But so I didn't tell my story. So I'm talking to this Hindu girl, and she has no idea what I'm saying, and I have no idea what she's saying. So I ended up buying a scratcher ticket for, and the max payout is 300,000 because I was trying to explain Powerball, and she'd go lottery or something, I don't know, and she'd say something, and we couldn't communicate. And so I said 300,000 or 300 million, and she went and got the lottery scratch off for 300,000. I haven't done a scratch off forever since high school when I did wrestling.
We don't have the scratch offs in Wyoming.
Well, I'm gonna go get it real quick because that'll be fun.
I'd love to know what the stuff that you scratch off those things is made of. There's so much complaint about microplastics in the environment. Are they a form of microplastic? Maybe they're
It's like a silver sheen stuff that scrapes off.
Yeah.
It almost feels like a pencil eraser.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's flaky. I mean, and he's off. Nola said.
I forgot to say hi to Ms. Jens. Hello, Ms. Jens. And Mickham as well.
Okay.
And Nola. I think I said hi to Nola. She's going to have another one.
Somebody said hello to you a while ago. Straight up. Hello. Who was that?
Nothing I said sounded like Jumbo Box. But, okay. Gotta move my heat gun.
Sky Dancer said hello to you, Blackie.
G'day, Sky Dancer. Sorry, I missed that. I do have there's a
Hey, Alex.
Ashes Test match cricket on at the moment as well, so I do keep snakily flicking my screens and watching a bit of cricket at the same time.
Could we ask a cricket question?
Oh, please do. It's one of my favorite fields of talking.
Okay, there's like the sticks. That's the guys. That's like in baseball, we have home plate, and the hitter stands behind the home plate. But they have like these two stick things that stand up, and he kind of three stick thing, and he holds his cricket mallet. Now, is the goal of the pitcher to hit the sticks?
To hit the sticks, yes.
Now, is there a piece that sits on top of the sticks?
There is. The sticks are actually called stumps, if you like. And the little bits that sit across the top are called bails.
And you get points for knocking the bails off?
You don't get points, you get a wicket. You get that batsman gone. See you later. You're not coming back.
Oh, it's a strikeout.
Yeah. But there's many, many different ways you can get out in cricket. Lose your wicket, as it were.
Now, can you turn on it and knock the ball a different direction?
Yeah, there's no foul hitting in cricket. You hit it wherever it needs to go. Full circle, 360 degrees.
Okay, the first number I did was $5,000.
Here we go. That means you're definitely not getting 5,000.
Don't forget that percentage deal we made you.
To any of the six. Oh, okay. There's 6 seals here. I need to scratch those off. And they have a number. So let's scratch those off. I've got 23, 19, 22.
One of my exes won $10,000 on one of those scratch tickets one time.
29.
One of my exes.
Chewy says USA are not informed as to cricket, but I'll have you know, Chewy, that the first registered international cricket game, I believe, was between the USA and Canada.
Yeah, the USA is a pretty big country. And
that was
there's
like
a lot of different sports that are played.
Yeah, there's plenty of cricket over there. But what was I going to say? Yeah, that was like back in the mid 1800s. when cricket was just kind of spreading around the Commonwealth and made its way into the States as well.
Like lacrosse, I was looking it up. There's 20 high schools in the state of Tennessee that has lacrosse. I think that's pretty cool.
Is that a small number?
Yeah, well, there's 465 or something. It was like 460 plus ahead tackle football.
Yeah, right.
So
It's considered the national sport of Canada, isn't it? No wonder the US doesn't want to take it on.
Oh, no, that's hockey. And I didn't even look up hockey clubs in Tennessee. There's probably not any hockey clubs in Tennessee. I was a hockey club coach for a high school team.
Grasshopper, if you're into your cricket, it's not boring at all. Even this game that's going on at the moment, we're up to the last hour and a bit of a 5-day game. This game's been going for 5 days, and it's probably going to end in a draw.
Do people when do you sleep?
Huh?
Do they sleep, or what? They take turns sleeping?
Yeah. They play like 6 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Three sessions a day. But
So 18
Yeah.
hours a day.
No. In that 6 hours is divided up into 3 like 2 and a bit hour sessions. But yeah, that's I think that's one of the amazing things about the game is it can go for 5 days and you can still all walk away without a victor.
Wow.
And there's like many different forms of the game of cricket as well, but Test cricket is the traditional best form, the top of the ladder, so to speak. That doesn't look good, Ed. Is that a negative?
That was a negative.
No wins for Ed.
Stupid scratchers. But I wanted a chance to win 300 million, not 300,000.
I want that chance for you too.
Oh, you're so nice. You
Yeah,
should
no
have
one
stopped at a
wants
gas station.
300,000. Goodness.
Yeah, what am I going to do with that?
Go big or go home.
Right.
Waste it.
I wanted to
Good
buy a
morning,
new
wait.
car.
Well, I saw these. There was about between 1.5 million and $2 million in the space of about 7 car parks when I went downtown yesterday. There was this very, very fancy Mercedes AMG. Next to it was this Ferrari that looked really interesting. And then 2 or 3 spots down was this other really fancy looking Mercedes, and then a really, really fancy looking BMW. I think the mafia had a meeting in town yesterday.
That's awesome.
They were pretty slick. I had to take some photos.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Blackie, about Australia? Do you
Oh,
guys
not
have
about
lotteries?
cricket again?
No,
it's
he,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
lottery.
he doesn't know anything about Australia.
Well, here in the States, if you win the lottery, you have to pay the income tax on it, which I believe is 14% for just federal, plus state income tax. But in Canada, it's a windfall. And that sounds so much better that you don't have to pay taxes on it, since basically it's a tax to begin with. You know, the money's already going to the state.
Yeah.
Most everybody's just losing. So I really like how Canada does that. How do you guys do that, or do you guys tax it?
Yeah, I think ours works very similar to Canada's way, that it becomes a windfall. But I think also if you just leave a massive, large sum of money sitting in a bank account, I believe you're subjected to other types of taxes in your holdings or some nonsense like that.
Like an income tax, but
Yeah, so I think if you have a big win, you're still going to need some kind of financial advisor to tell you how to distribute your money and get taxed the least. I think is what most people, once they get a bit of money in the bank, they they want to learn how to pay as little tax as possible and keep as much of their money, which I fully understand.
Or build it.
G'day, Leah Jet. You were all mafia over here, says Joseph Stanley. Maybe.
We saw a lot of those electric cars today.
Teslas.
Yeah, we saw Teslas all over. It was crazy. In Atlanta, Bob and I went down south to the big city.
Have you seen how the Teslas, like, they've got cameras all around the car and stuff, and based on the pictures that those cameras take in, they create magically an image of the car from above that looks like you're 3 or 4 meters above the car itself.
Some of our trucks have that, and I've seen it on the trucks.
Yeah, someone said the other day that the technology's been around for about 10 years or something, and it's been used for quite a while for trucks. More sensible for that if you're trying to put a big vehicle into a small space.
Yeah.
The trucks have it so that you can see around the camper or whatever you're pulling.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Does yours have that, Bob? Bob has a
I don't know. It's got a bunch of cameras. I don't know because I don't ever play with them. Just the backup camera. It does have cameras.
I was going down to Atlanta with Bob, and I had the air conditioner on my butt. And then when I was coming back, I turned on the heat. Pretty cool. You can control what.
But both as effective as one another.
Yeah. Awesome.
Pretty good, yeah.
So is that called like the anti-sweaty balls feature?
Oh. Damn.
No, they're just always sweaty.
Okay, well, guys, have a good night.
Hey, Bob, we've all got them.
Oh, my God.
Probably Pam. She's been married a few times.
Ed,
jar behind her.
Leah Jet's asking what you're making, Ed.
Oh, I'm making a big fish art thing where I'm going to make a canvas out of oak, and then I'm going to stain the oak so you see all the grain with the oak, but I'm going to stain it with like a blue stain so it'll look like water. And what I've done is I've made these fish. I cut them out of corrugated plastic, and then I took burlap, and I'm going to paint the burlap white and then paint the fish, and they're going to be super bright colors. So, but I wanted to make them like a canvas. So basically I'm making fish canvases.
And just using nice thick paint to fill up all the Hessian burlap, bits.
Yeah, but I'm going to coat it with white first, so that's going to fill in some also.
Yeah.
But it gives it tooth. And so when you're painting on a canvas, it's all about the tooth. And the paper Pam's drawing on has tooth on it, and that's like how rough the paper is, and that's so it holds the, your whatever your paints or your leads or whatever you're putting on there. So that the whole idea is just to add tooth.
Is that actual burlap or synthetic burlap?
Oh, wow. That's a crazy question.
I don't know that it makes a difference with what you're doing, but it does if you're planting a tree.
Well, I don't know. I got a whole mess of it, but I think
Smell
I already
it. You'll be able to tell from the smell of it. You can tell when it's made from fake stuff or if it's real.
I'm going to guess it's fake.
If it's real, it smells earthy and stringy and stuff.
Yeah, I would say it's fake. I don't have a very good nose, but it didn't smell like the stuff that potatoes come out of. Or,
Going back to Joseph's comment, Joseph's saying not Pam Blackie. I'm assuming he's talking about the balls. But Pam's got bigger balls than most of us in the fish fam, Joseph. You should know that by now.
Oh my God.
So balls that size are gonna get sweaty as well. Count on it.
Oh, Joseph used burlap as canvas before. I love the texture, but it was hard for me to paint on. Pam
Yeah, that's
stack.
why I'm going to give it a good coat before. I've used burlap before. Pam, have you ever used burlap?
Not to paint on, no. I've used it in craft stuff.
And this is awesome. This is probably more craft than skill.
Yeah, Joseph, I know.
Myrtle, you win the internet today.
Yep.
Myrtle Singh says burlap pants are coming into fashion. People are just itching to show off the new look. Points.
How is Meriddle so cool?
Some people are just blessed, I guess.
He said, Mike, I'm doing your job.
I'm rolling it on the corners, and you can kind of see that this stick is getting a little goopy.
Joseph, I know, but, well, never mind. It won't grow through the synthetic, but most tree roots will grow through burlap. In other words, if you want to leave some of it underneath, it'll be okay.
Well,
Plant it by yourself, it makes a difference. And I just did that, so.
I think I got 3 yards for $10 at Walmart. I was kind of the king of making my own canvases. I've used a lot of, when I did paint back in the day, I used a lot of plywood and things like that.
Yeah, I've actually painted on plywood before.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
I did too.
You just got to put a lot of gesso on it.
Be expensive to do it now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's back in the day. Plyboards were pretty cheap. You could find it everywhere.
And you can actually, masonite works pretty good too. You just gesso it up good. Because I used to, anytime I did anything really, really big, I would get a masonite board instead of trying to use stretch canvas.
But if I owned a jigsaw, I would actually I'd cut this all out of wood. But unfortunately, I just have a table saw and a chop. I have a skill saw, but that doesn't really count. I have a saw too, but you need something to get real detailed. Most of the stuff we do is big stuff around the house, so that's why we have the bigger saws instead of the little crafts one. Oh my gosh, somebody's coughing.
It's Milo, I think. Yep. It's from Yazzie slapping him in the face with that business saw. Poor Milo. Birch.
So right now I've got 3 made, and then I've got the one with the JB weld, and I'm going to see if it's dried, and then I'm going to finish it with the hot glue gun.
Now, what are those for, Ed?
I'm making an art project with it for above my fireplace.
You said that, didn't you? Oh, are you going to share what you got today at the Repticon, or is that for a different?
I left it upstairs in the kitchen, so
Okay.
I'll bring it out for Susie tomorrow. I think Susie Q was.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, Ed's going to bring it out for Susie tomorrow.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, well, I need to impress the girls.
Right? It will too. I was there when he got it.
And
There
Bob
you
was
go.
very impressed.
Yeah.
Just teasing you, Bob. But the girl was very nice that Bob left one of the things he bought on her
I
table,
know.
and she ran through the whole convention looking for him.
Well, she saw your yellow shirt, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, I always try to wear something really bright when I go to a convention, so my
Pam,
friends
you should do that so
find me.
Maria can keep up with you.
What was that?
I said, Pam should do that so Maria can keep up with her. She doesn't have to be calling the popo on her.
Oh. Well, but it works. I mean,
Yeah.
you were able to find me.
Yep. I started waving. Hey, hey.
As long as he doesn't forget what color you're wearing.
I know, right? Took a picture of him before I walked off.
Sensible.
Maria's still on the phone? Huh.
What the heck? We aren't here to just sit around and do nothing. We're here to talk to Maria.
She's probably on the phone with the popo, getting him to do another wellness check on me.
Right.
She's so sweet.
Mika made a comment before about playing Brandy over in the Norseland. Mika, is that a version of like a crossover between soccer and hockey? Because we have a game down here called Brandy, but there's no sticks involved. I'd like to know that. No. Basically, you play it with a wet tennis ball, and it's like tag. You know, that famous old game of tag, but instead of using your hand to tag the opposition, you use a tennis ball pegged at them. You get hit with the wet tennis ball, you're it.
Now, if it's wet, does it hurt as bad, or is it?
It hurts more because it gives it a little bit more weight.
And then it also probably shows that you got tagged because it's wet.
Yeah, well, often as well, we'd play it with, I don't know if you ever did it as kids, but you'd get a tennis ball and you'd rub it on the concrete and scrape all the fur off it.
Nope.
Yeah, we used to do that quite a lot because the tennis ball without hair and without water stings quite a bit with a good throwing arm.
Wow.
Oh, I might bring one of those to a naked senior stickball.
A wet tennis ball?
No, one with all the hair scraped off.
Oh.
I think it became so popular that they started to release tennis balls without any hair on them, and then they became those squashy balls.
Yeah. Now I do remember buying those.
Yeah.
Those were pretty fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, those ones have a little bit too much give. So if you brand someone with them, they don't sting as much. Yeah, there's too much rubberiness. Grasshopper, certain Tim Tams are very, very choice indeed. Very nice biscuit or cookie, if you will. Actually, there's a question: are Tim Tams cookies or are they cake?
I think they're cake.
You get Tim Tams in the States? Of course you do. They're everywhere.
I don't
think
think so.
Best biscuits in the world. One of. They're really, really good because they're coated in chocolate, right? So you bite off one corner, just a tiny little corner, and then you bite off the opposite corner, diagonally opposite corner. It's a little rectangle loaf, if you will, but it's like a biscuit inside with some chocolate around the outside. Break off the other corner, then you stick it in a glass of milk or chocolate milk, and then you suck it through the Tim Tam like a straw.
Oh.
And the inside of the biscuit just goes all nice and gooey, and then you just chuck the biscuit in your mouth and just let it melt and disappear down your neck.
Sounds good. You know what? Let me find this piece of paper. It has some really good things from Australia. Let's see if you've tried any of these things.
Okay, I like this game.
The Pavlova, yes. And that's with biscuits all together into a cake, right?
Kind of. Pavlova is made with egg whites. It's basically a meringue, and most people put like a fruit salad at the base of their pavlova. You know, meringue, right?
Oh.
Where you whip up egg whites and caster sugar, and it becomes like that peaky, rigid stuff.
I got it mixed up with chocolate ripple cake.
Oh, I made my own recipe of chocolate ripple cake for Christmas Day for all the family.
I was thinking about
Uh,
making it for Christmas too,
it's
but I'd
my
like to
my.
hear yours.
Well, I'd actually never heard of it, and I was on Blake's Aquatics live stream just before Christmas.
Oh, was that the one that I was talking to him about all this?
Were we talking? Yeah, well, that might have
I
been the
was
first
Santa.
time. Yeah, well, that was probably the first time I'd ever heard of it. Then I think it was GRB who came through in the chat and said that if you soak your biscuits in port or some other liquor beforehand, it makes it quite potent.
Hmm.
So what
Hey,
I did,
Priscilla.
I
Sorry.
made a combination of bourbon and port and soaked it only very briefly because biscuits absolutely suck moisture in really rapid. And generally with a chocolate ripple cake, it's the moisture from the cream that you put around the biscuits that makes it soft. So yeah, I soaked my biscuits in choc ripple biscuits. I believe that's where it gets its name. In this combination of bourbon and port, and then racked them up on a plate in a really interesting form. Covered it with just your aerosol whipped cream,
Mm-hmm.
which I did get frowned at by at least one of my sisters for using aerosol whipped cream instead of proper whipped cream.
Oh yeah. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Oh wow, I didn't know you had any sisters.
Yeah, they're all much older than me. So much older. And then built it, and then the next day ate it, or some of it, and it was it was like every spoonful was like having a glass of port.
Oh,
It was very nice. I strongly recommend you do it that way. But if you do soak the biscuits in some kind of liquor beforehand, you don't need to leave it in the fridge overnight. It'll be ready to consume pretty much as soon as it's prepared.
well, I've got rum and amaretto. What else do I have? I have coconut rum. I probably have some Jack Daniels upstairs.
I'd probably, first time out, I'd recommend just put a little bit of all the liquor you've got and see how you go. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Oh, I just remembered I got some. I've got this moonshine I forgot all about because I hid it from my family at Christmas because I was afraid they'd want to drink it. But it's a almond moonshine. It's just crazy good.
Almond moonshine.
It was
I'm
so
intrigued.
weird.
What's the proof on that, Ed?
I don't know. Pretty high. I'm sure. Moonshine's real big
There
in
it is so far, Joseph.
this part of the country.
Oh, Pam, that's just like I'm there holding it.
That's all.
Cam?
Pam, put it in front of your face so it looks like it's over your eye. Nope, not a little bit farther. But no, like closer to the screen.
I think
Wait,
to
your head
replace
back.
your.
I just want to replace your face with the eyes
Oh,
in it.
thanks.
It would have been so cool.
Priscilla's in the chat, Pam.
Oh, Priscilla, you want to come up?
You better
G'day,
bring her
Priscilla.
up.
I sent you a link.
I keep
BYOB.
forgetting that her name's Swiss Aquatics nowadays. I'm so out of the loop.
Did you see what Mickham said about Bandy, Dr. Black?
No, but I am scrolling back through the chat.
It's
Maybe I
interesting.
missed it.
Bandy, not Brandy, unless you misspelled it.
Now, what's the Australian-Swiss relations?
What?
Is this part of your Australian fact game?
Yeah, I was like, you guys like deal with Switzerland much, or
No, but I do know that in an Australian winter, more snow falls in Australia than the winter in Switzerland.
Oh wow!
Because we're pretty massive, and probably the area where snow falls in Australia is considerably larger than what's what Switzerland is. Probably Switzerland and Sweden combined.
Usually in Wyoming, this is just another fact thrown out there. Wyoming will have 1 or 2 days every winter where we are colder than Antarctica.
Wow.
That's a true fact.
And I believe that Antarctica is responsible for the coldest ever recorded temperature on Earth. So, you're in good competition there, Pam.
Yep.
But it's Antarctica's summer, while it's their winter.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah, it's still really cold.
it's still really cold.
That's true. Well, did you ever buy swatches? Was that a big thing?
Oh,
The Swatch
gosh.
watch? Man, that was
Yeah,
huge when I was in
yeah,
elementary school.
I think they've come and gone a couple of times, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, well, I think they really have. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I had a couple.
That's on that list, Dad?
Of Swiss stuff? Oh,
Of
no, I
Australians.
gave up on the rest of the desserts because the one that he was telling me about won. That's the one I'm going to make. I don't care about the other ones now.
Gotcha.
What, you don't care about your other Australian facts on your list? Come on, we got to get them.
Well, they're just like, they're Christmas desserts.
You're going to create an international incident here.
Leinster,
What?
Leinster cake,
And I've not heard of that. Lime stuff.
Inzac. How about the Inzac?
No, don't know that.
See, these are Melbourne things, so they're kind of weird up there.
Yeah, that's much fancier than I am.
And then they have something called Freely.
Called what?
Freely?
That's how I wander about the town in my bare feet.
Well, those were the 3 desserts at the bottom of the page that I didn't care about as much. So, the ripple cake was the one that I thought was like in my wheelhouse of making, and I wasn't for sure which one was the cookie or the biscuit cake. And
Yeah,
you
super
answered it,
easy
so.
prep. Those other ones, there's just their fancy names alone seem to indicate that they have 2.5 hours of preparation for
Probably.
2 minutes of eating.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Oh,
Well, that's
I've got
unfortunate that most of your questions were dessert related, Ed, because my knowledge does brandish much further uses than just dessert.
Well, I did hit the
Even though
cricket.
my boobs would argue.
I learned quite a bit about cricket.
Yeah, be careful when you start me talking about cricket. I'll probably go all day.
Okay, so when you're batting, you wear like the heavy pads on your shins.
Yeah, well, most people do. And it is actually when you're playing professional cricket, you are supposed to. Yes. The last 2 seasons of cricket I played, I didn't wear any pads or gloves or anything. No, not even one over my doodle and balls.
Because you're that skilled, or you just
Well,
don't care.
If you don't have pads, my theory was it makes you react better because you're going to protect yourself at all times.
Sure.
So if they bowled it at my legs, then I was quite...
Especially unpadded balls.
Yeah. Never been hit in my balls. Not wearing a box. That box is, what they call the protector that you put over your scrotum. But yeah, I used to have a lot of the last 2 seasons I played cricket and not wearing any protection. People would bowl at my legs and try and hit me in the balls, and I'd constantly hit them out. And
Nice.
fours and sixes. Because that's the way when you practice in the nets. It's like the cage for baseball. So if you smash the ball, the bowler doesn't have to go and run 400 meters to go and get the ball and come back.
So they were being jerk faces and actually trying to hurt you. 'Cause they thought it was
Yeah,
funny.
but realistically, my behaviour is designed to encourage that behaviour from the bowler,
Andy,
because I have convinced myself that I'm good enough to defend against, them aiming at my nuts or my legs or my knees.
There's Sandy. I bet it is cold up there.
Now, is the ball like a baseball?
A little bit smaller, but constructed differently. Constructed out of two pieces of leather and sewed together in one line around the equator of the ball, let's call it, instead of like your figure eight kind of seam of a baseball.
Oh, I got you.
And they do hurt. They hurt quite a lot when they hit you, or even if you're catching them, because cricketers don't use mitts. It's all bare hands.
Wow.
And catching the cricket ball has become such a status symbol that when people in the crowd at the games, when they catch a ball in the crowd, they get time on TV for successfully taking a catch in the crowd and being very proud that they've caught it. There was a very good one yesterday, actually, where a dude in the crowd did this big diving jump to try and catch a ball, and he's dropped it. And there's this other dude sitting on the grass with a beer in his hand. His beer was. And he's just reached his other hand out and caught the spill from the other guy's catch in one hand. He was just so cool. Only a little bit of beer spilt, so he loses points for that. But otherwise, it was a pretty good catch.
Well, they do that with American baseball, too. Especially if it hits somebody holding nachos or a lady. Because it's always fun to see them go. But then it's really cool when a guy just goes and catches it right before it hits his little kid in the face or the lady.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
sometimes it hits them.
how many people are going to get slow-mo replays on national television,
Right.
apart from those kind of situations?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool unless you're on the wanted list or something.
I was at a hockey game and I got hit by 2 pucks. And one was right on the inside of my groin.
They
I was
just
like,
missed.
yeah. And then everybody tried to grab it, but I just like put my foot right on top of it. I was like, you guys aren't getting this puck.
I assume that was at a game that didn't have the big perspex fences up.
In hockey, they didn't used to put the netting up around the ends with the pucks until it was actually in St. Louis. A little girl was doing her homework at the game and wasn't watching it, hit her between the eyes and killed her.
Shit.
So they started putting netting up on the ends, but I was sitting in the middle. I was sitting right like a little bit behind the penalty boxes, and that's how I was getting hit.
Get the deflections.
Yeah.
Who else is a mod murderer that's not on the phone?
Mike.
I think Mike went to bed for a disco
No,
nap.
he just helped us time ago got out.
But I got hit by a million hockey pucks over my life, so hockey pucks are nothing for me. I love them.
Well, can Mike do more than time them out?
I don't know. I caught that one though and deleted and banned them.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
God forbid I shouldn't have to.
Are you talking about the bots leaving their
Yeah.
interesting websites? Yeah, I do a running tally in my live streams. My best is 3 so far. I'm hoping to outdo it next week.
Can you just change the stream to people that have been subbed for 5 minutes?
No. I want the challenge. I've made a game of it now. I want to beat my record. I won't be happy until I've had at least 5 bots in one stream.
Offensive speed is a thing in soccer and ability to use your feet.
And you know what? I really appreciate a Canadian calling it soccer. Canadians are cool. Do you guys call it soccer or football?
I call it soccer. I call it soccer all bloody week.
Love you, man. That's awesome.
I mean, I played soccer as a kid. I didn't play football as a kid.
Yeah, well, I played soccer as a kid too. And I played football, just depending on which time of the year it was.
I mean,
But
understand the the football fans getting their knickers in a twist about it, because your form of football and the three types of football that we play down here, much more hands involved than feet, apart from the fact that you're running on your feet all the time.
yep,
So yeah, I think all footballs should be called different names other than football. That's why we've got
yeah.
soccer. That's why we've got gridiron. That's why we've got rugby league. That's why we've got rugby union. That's why we've got Australian rules, because we understand that football is such a generic term that just needs to be swept under the rug.
What,
Unfortunately, there's more
what
than a
would you
billion people around
substitute
the world
football
playing
with?
football.
Well, we call it tackle football. You could add tackle to it. You could just call it tackle.
Or touch?
But then as soon as you call it tackle, then you might throw off the rugby people. But
I'm
rugby people are happy calling it
surprised.
rugby.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be so much easier if there wasn't two forms of rugby. I mean, well, there's more than two actually. There's sevens and there's eights and there's nines.
See, I've never played rugby in my life.
It's
I played
good
a
fun.
lot of soccer, and I think the soccer in my early years really helped me pick up hockey quick, because it was a lot of this. And I played indoor soccer also in the wintertime before I was old enough to play hockey. So it was just knowing the positions are pretty much the same. And then once a lot of kids on skates don't use their feet with the puck, but I was able to use my feet also, which was an extra
Handy.
helper for me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's the key for a lot of those sports is understanding field position and stuff like that. And when you've got footballs like the gridiron and the rugby league and the rugby union, where you have these reset moments non-stop where everyone goes back to their position, instead of games like soccer, Australian rules football, where everyone's constantly roaming, hockey as well, like you say, that you're not resetting those positions every play. It's a constant fluid situation that every player has to understand and deal with.
I think if I had to live somewhere else in the world, I mean, Canada is basically like America, so I mean, it's not too much bad or different. Um, but I think Australia would be a great place because I really like all their sports and stuff. It'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah, it's pretty much non-stop sports all year round here if you're into it.
I used to do it until I hurt my back.
That's a good question, Grasshopper.
Basketball, a popular sport in Australia? That question.
Yes.
Yeah, it's reasonably popular. Our National Basketball League, the NBA, NBL, as opposed to the NBA, National Basketball League, Michael, get your letters right, has been a struggling business for quite a few years. They're not getting that many bums on seats as they used to. When Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and those boys were going massive in the 90s, basketball was huge in Australia. I have a friend of mine played on the Australian Olympic team, and now he lives in Hawaii as an assistant coach or something in a basketball side.
That's
So
awesome.
it's certainly launched, a few people's interest in the game, and we still get the occasional player from Australia getting, selected to go over to the NBA and have a run.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's not like you don't just walk down the street and there's always a 5-on-5 game happening half court, every half court basketball that's available and stuff. But it's big enough. It's big enough, but they can't make huge amounts of money on it.
I've never actually played basketball outside of like PE class. I've
I
never.
did. I did for about 3 years. I actually played on the same side as my friend who was the Olympian.
That's awesome.
But yeah, our pretty much we had two. Oh no, we had him. We had him, and then two other players that were like reasonably good, and then there was the rest of us. So pretty much our thing was a couple of passes and then get it to Brad.
Yep.
Brad will finish it off.
I was on an indoor soccer
I think
team.
I got you beat, Blackie. I think that was number 4.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, right.
Ow.
I'm really inspired to learn the Russian alphabet though. It seems like such an intriguing language to learn. Apparently, all
That
astronauts
was
have to
5.
learn.
Yeah, see, that was troll number 5, Blackie.
I'm really gonna have to excel if I get more. Yeah, apparently all astronauts have to learn to speak Russian fluently. Can anyone confirm nor deny this fact? It could just be some internet nonsense that I've believed.
What would be the reason for that or the purpose?
Right,
The what?
because they do so much in space, so if they have to help each other, I bet, out there, like in their sky labs or whatever.
They could just have their little translation books, though.
It's probably more so they can translate stuff on the fly if they're doing naughty things.
The reason I got more bots than you is because we spent so much time talking about balls.
Bowls, right?
Yeah, it brought on the bots.
Well, fingers crossed. Mriddle will be around on Tuesday night his time for my stream to count my bots as well. We'll see how I go.
Tim, how long are you going tonight? I'm asking for Yazzie.
It's actually like we went kind of over, didn't we?
A little bit, but
Yeah, we can quit anytime.
What's your goal generally?
Usually I go 2 hours and I've gone 2.5 hours already.
oh, have we? Gosh.
Oh, I want to make sure.
I just looked at the timer and it was 22222.
Oh my gosh, it's like 132 here. That's weird.
Oh no, I meant the clock on the StreamYard screen showing us how long Pam's been streaming for.
Oh, I want to make sure I'm still subbed to Pam here. Whoops, I clicked the wrong button.
Pam,
Or not subbed, but a member.
right?
Yep, that's it. Time flies when you're talking about cake and balls.
And balls,
Pam.
balls, they do make the clock spin faster.
220, 222, right. Pam, how's your next video count going along? Can't talk.
What next video?
Oh, never mind.
Actually, I've got one that I'm working on, but it's going to take me a little while.
Awesome. I love the short you did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I got another short plan too, but I haven't done it yet.
I'm going to have a lizard short here soon. I videotaped a lizard today.
Nice.
Yeah.
And these cool guys from Thailand had a beautiful display, a booth, and I shot their whole booth, and I was going to try to make like a little 2-minute short video for them.
Yeah, I bit my tongue. I almost said that, Ed, while you were late. I mean, before you run. But I didn't.
Gosh. I got to make sure I still have their card, or otherwise I'll be up the creek.
They had some beautiful, beautiful things. I can't wait to see that.
Man, lots of bonsais and stuff like that. I assumed they were Japanese because it was a lot of Japanese art, but they were like cool about it and said, no, we're not actually Japanese, but we like the style, so they were real nice. But I think they should set up at Aquashella because that type of a display
Yes.
is the type of stuff that's really goes big at a big convention.
And they also, well, I don't want to say too much about it, but they had water plants as well. Lots of stuff like that.
That one great big tree they had up in the air that had a mister in it had a gecko hiding in it.
I saw that.
And then they had a Pac-Man frog in one of their other tanks.
I had to walk by that, so that's when everybody was looking at the floor because I forgot I was even carrying a phone. I was trying not to do any of that because I knew you were doing a detail on it.
Oh,
But
I'm
it
sorry.
was nice. No. I can't wait to see it.
I saw a post on a local Facebook page to this area, and there was this person complaining that they had, this word is going to sound silly to you guys, they had pobblebonks outside their window and they were struggling to sleep at night, and they were saying, can I move them? Can I just move them? And it's like, does anyone know what a pobblebonk is?
No.
It's a frog, a particular type of frog
Oh.
that we get around here, native name, and they have a really particular call to them. And this person was saying, this native wildlife is keeping me up at night. So should I move it? Can I move it? Where should I move it to? Thankfully, before I got to the post, more people than not had suggested that that person needed to move themselves to a concrete box in a city somewhere instead of in a house in the country where, oh no, one of the side effects of a house in the country is you might get frogs at night.
I love to hear the frogs at night. I love that.
It's one of the best things.
Yeah.
We have so many different frog songs around here. It's brilliant.
Yeah, we do.
What are those great big African frogs that if the dogs or whatever lick them, they get high? They're poisonous.
Oh, they're a type of toad.
Yeah, cane toad. Cane toad. Well, we had a lady
I
that
don't
called.
think cane toads get you high. They get you sick. They don't get you high. There's a particular type of toad that does that.
That's like getting the desert here in America that you lick behind their ears.
Yeah. Well, a lady called the ARC the other day, and she said her son had one, and she wanted to rehome it, a cane toad. And I'm like, no, we can't take that here. And she said it was a big one. So I told her to check with the zoo and see where they referred her to.
And what happened? Oh, you haven't heard back yet.
No, I told her we couldn't help her. I'm sorry.
I have a visitor.
That sounded like something that might eat one of our chihuahuas.
This is Bobo. This is my mom's cat. And he likes to spend the nights on my half of the house to hang out with my cats.
Oh, he's pretty.
Yep, he normally does not like to be held.
And how many cats are living there?
Well, he's not supposed to live in my half, but he does. He sits at my door and cries, so they let him down.
Oh.
But, yeah, they've got one, I've got two. My cats just want to be wherever I am. But if I'm up visiting my mom and dad, then my cats will sit at the door and cry. They're goofy.
Well, okay, guys, I'm going to call it a night.
Right,
That was kind of abrupt.
Thanks for having me along for this little while.
Oh, thanks for coming in, Blackie.
I did my best.
Always
you are
fun to
awesome.
see you.
It was
And
we
thank
had
you,
a
Bob, and thank you, Ed. Let me blow you up for a minute here.
My fish canvas, I think, was successful 2 out of 4 times.
Yep, it looks good.
It does look good.
you know that Dr. Zeus book, red fish, blue fish, green, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
Brown fish, brown fish, brown fish. For now. Oh, goddamn, Pam, that looks good.
It's
It does
incredible.
look good.
That
should
one
see-
you need to auction.
hopefully you do soon, but you should see some of the stuff that Sarah's been churning out. She's
Yeah,
been
I'm hoping
doing,
she'll come on here pretty. And I
yeah,
know it's because she's busy, but I'm hoping I'll get to see some of her stuff here pretty quick on here.
she's had some rather large pieces of paper, and she's doing these bloody amazing like time lapse videos of her while she's doing the pictures.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
And but not like, I mean, it's amazing the time lapse, and you see this stuff come together. But just even the final output is just splendid. Let me try and hold one up for you.
See, I wish Pam could make these videos too, shorts or
Yeah.
little 3-minute videos. I bet you.
I made a couple of them doing like showing me working on the little drawings and finishing them, but man, it took me forever with the hardware that I have to do that. It took hours and hours to do that little short little video.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that Sarah's saying as well, is that she just absolutely hates the setting up of the equipment and stuff, and not being happy with the angles that she gets or what the camera's seeing and stuff.
Yeah.
But the way this one develops is just ridiculous.
Has she
I mean,
posted those, Blackie?
No, she hasn't posted this one, so this is a Punchy Pants exclusive.
Wow.
It'll probably pop up on her Instagram soon.
Good.
But yeah, I'm just
Nice.
really,
Okay.
really. Hey, there's number 6, I think.
There is. Yep. There's number
No,
6.
Pam, you're on fire tonight.
God damn it! I'm never going to break that record. I concede defeat already.
Well, I'll go on and try to do it for you.
Oh,
Become
yeah.
a robot.
I haven't figured out how to type in
I
Russian.
do it.
Now that I figured out how to change my name from Chattanooga Ed to Santa, I can do it.
Now you'll be Slobnitsky.
Yes.
Okay.
Or-
Time to say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks, guys, for coming in. Thanks, Bob and Ed and Blackie.
Thank you, Pam.
And Adele, I know you're not here, but thanks for the super chat. And thank you, everybody, for coming in and watching us. And everybody have a good rest of your weekend. And we will see you on the next live stream. I think Bob's got one tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And we'll all three be on there.
Yep.
Right?
And be prepared for next week. I'm going to start pushing for the Betty White donations to the Ark.
Oh, that was such a shame.
I might
wasn't it?
even have a special stream on Monday.
That would be
Because
nice.
Monday was the 17th is Betty White's, would have been her 100th birthday.
Yeah.
And Betty White was extremely into animal programs,
Conservation.
sanctuaries and stuff.
For
And
years and
not
years
just
and
dogs
years.
and cats, but wildlife and stuff too.
Yep.
So we there's a thing going around to donate $5 to an animal shelter in her name on her birthday. So we're going to try to get it going for the Ark. And I'm thinking I might do a stream on the 17th on Monday night just to do that.
Yeah, nice.
That's awesome.
Because Betty White was my hero. I
She was so
absolutely
good.
love Betty
So
White.
good.
Yep.
He was.
Yep. It was sad that she passed.
It really was.
But anyway, okay, good night, everybody.
Bye,
Great.
people.
Night. Don't cuss yet. Don't cuss yet.
Damn it.